Hello YouTube, once again, Inferno-Crypt here, and second time today. Now that I've gotten that previous video out of my system, as you can see I'm dressed as your average Joe, but then I considered, now that I'm dressed like this, what if I was to show you all how to dress like an Inferno? Now I know there's no set specific way on how to dress like an Inferno, but we tend to keep some kind of form of standard about, so I thought, let's do a video on it. And I apologize for the audio quality of the previous one. The same will probably occur to this. I'm trying to figure it out myself how to get it properly working. But without further ado, let's continue. Apologies if it comes off as fairly awkward because I'm yet to figure out how to have my audio come from the game. So in the meantime I'm going to have to record the videos and then do some running commentary over the top of them. Now, this is you. You're in a decent enough apartment, you know, we're not going to go into huge detail, you've all seen this apartment a million times, and you know, you're dressed. You're dressed casual, you've got normal hair, maybe shades, you got your suit on, you're happy, but then you think, how do I dress like an Inferno? Good question. Allow me to show you. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go down to tops, go to t-shirts. You can see my quick selection of t-shirts here, and you're going to not want to go with the crew t-shirt because it does not come out how you want it to. Instead we're going to go for a dark red t-shirt because, you know, red, Inferno. Same applies to the jacket. Now as soon as I figure out that the system has changed and that you can't find shirt, there we go, tops and pants are now different things. Now, this is back before all of the new fancy heist stuff came out. So this is how I'd usually dress. Slate jeans because, you know, they're baggy, they're comfortable, they're black, they've got the white on the front, they look pretty sweet. The skate shoes seem to be the only shoes that I generally really appreciate. I know many of them look cool, but the skate shoes seem to be my go-to. And then, wolf mask. Because why not? A mask is always useful. And the one thing missing from this that you can only get from a store, and if you were a fan of the Infernos and wanted to dress like us, you wouldn't be able to get this either, but the crew emblem upon the back. Fortunately, you can't just do this. So now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just save this outfit as the crew. Now what you can't see here is that I'm currently typing out CREW space OLD. Because this is the old crew appearance. I mean, we've recently adapted a brand new one, as you can see at the top there, but now we've got this saved, lovely jubbly. Obviously the masks are variant, you can do whatever you want, and you may be asking, so what's the new one? Well, here you go. We've gone with the same sort of style. We've got a black mask, let me just get to the light so you can see it. Big red hoodie from the heists, utility jeans, and standard boots. Now, it's never really important what you look like. It's always more to do with what you do. I found that this is an old one. If you have the combat mask of the woodland variety, it goes really well with the avian suit. This outfit looks really cool with a black parachute, and you know how you saw my face before with the tattoos. It looks pretty damn sweet in that regard. This is your substandard. I don't know, I kind of like it. It's just a very sloppy dress if you ever want to go to the beach, and yes, that's a snail trail. So here's the one we've just made, the old standard crew. You know, a lot of people on PS3 will have seen me shooting them at them there. Here's a general mechanic. I kind of appreciate the look. This I'm going to change. I don't know how you spell cash, but I went for it. This is prison. You'll have seen one of my previous videos. I'm dressed like this. I kind of like it. It sort of goes. And then this was you at the start of the video, you know? So now we've gone into clothing, I figured might as well take this opportunity to show you my garage. And here we are in the garage. Now, this is one of 3 garages I own, but you know, these are generally my favorite cars. And this car right here, oh my god. It's the Comet. It's crew red with the crew emblem on the front, and this car is basically how I learned to play Grand Theft Auto, especially racing. I'd spent countless time on Grand Theft Auto 4, the Battle of the Gay Tony, shooting around Liberty City in a yellow one of these, and I always saw it as, you know, kind of like my symbol, kind of like my straw hat from One Piece. So yeah, I went through a bit of a time where I thought I'd RP a bit in this game because it's a fun MMO, if you consider it an MMO. This bike you'll see me a lot of the time in, and this car is a bit of a failed experiment. I saw that it's not got bulletproof tires. The whole point is that you can shoot the caps themselves and the whole car will drop. The idea behind it is that you can effectively, once it's dropped, the traction is just so low that you can go around corners effectively drifting all the time. But alas, it was never really that practical, so I gave up on it. This is a Vigero. I forget what color it is. I think it's either brushed steel or some kind of silver with a pearlescent on it to make it look like that. It's been a very long time since I touched that car. This is my go-to for muscle cars. It's not the fastest, it's not the prettiest, it's not the best, but it's nonetheless, it is my favorite. And moving swiftly on, this is a Ocelot, I believe. It's a four-door car. Its color, it went from a period of time where a lot of competitive racers in this game would choose coupe and custom to give themselves an advantage over everyone else, because let's be honest, who has a custom coupe? I do, on the other hand. I was not one of those people. I did it once just to beat this guy. You know, he was being a bit of a tool. He deserved it. The color itself is a matte black with a pearlescent white. And I know you're probably thinking, how do you get that? And, you know, if you ask nicely, I'll show you one day. This is a Coquette, or Corvette from reality, you know, if you're one of those people who lives in the real world. It is based on Han's car from Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drift, you know, the sort of wax on, wax off mentor for the American guy. God, that film was like Kung Fu Kid. Karate Kid. Yeah, so effectively the idea is, you know, it's my go-to for sports cars, and you can drift, just like the film. And then my all-time favorite car, oh my god, it's the fastest near enough in the game. I know the Entity has better acceleration and the Adder has better top speed, but this car, oh my god, it's beautiful. I mean, the whole point is it's dark, so you can hide at night, and it's, you know, good enough to look at during the day, but my favorite feature is how it's bulletproof from the back. Now, people will be able to lock onto your head, but all they'll ever be shooting at are those 12 lovely little cylinders, maybe the side, maybe the back. But the most exploitable glitch in this game is the fact that you can shoot through those, and other people can't. And, you know, it's got 100% armor, it's totally, you know, it's not going to die without explosions.